Hello, I'm Cletus Needlemeyer. How are you? Well, I set up this little camera area here to tell you a little about who I am and what I do. Well, first of all, I'm from Augusta, Georgia, born and raised. Yes, and I'm one of the local news anchors with my best friend Emanon Humperdinck. Yes, we are the news anchors for FUKBJ. I can never get the initials. Yeah, that's right. And yes, we are a small news station. There's just about 4 or 5 of us, but we cover the big news stories just like any other news station. You're probably looking at my cup, aren't you? I call this my 24-hour cup. It contains all the liquid from here to here that I can drink in a 24-hour period. If I drink more or less, I will be on the toilet literally half the day. Things will start to bleed. I'll have to go back to the ER. They'll tell me more things I don't understand in some weird, strange terminology. Speaking of terminology, the other day my friend Shannon and I were riding down the road and we were en route to the library when something happened. And, oh dear Lord, not again. This makes me want, this is eternal damnation in a small package of ringingness, okay, you understand. This is the devil's tune, and it calls small demon children into, they want to rape, okay, it's done. They want to rape bad things, okay. You see, I don't understand newfangled, I'm an old man, I don't understand newfangled contraptions like this one. I understand that it slides up and down, but I have no idea the purpose of the sliding part. Well, anyway, I take this particular phone with this particular ringtone to Alltel every 2 to 3 weeks and say, hey, could you help me? And they're like, oh yes, Mr. Needlemeyer. I'm like, call me Cletus, and they call me Cletus for that day, and then they forget till next time I come in and tell them to call me Cletus again. Well, they say, oh sure Cletus, what can I help you with? Well, I don't like this ringtone, Mr. Sales Associate. Could you help me change it to another one? I'm an old man, I don't understand it. Well, they change it to a nice little ringtone like phones used to ring, 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 like they used to ring back in good old days. I come home, I go to sleep, I wake up the next day, my friend Ethel Bunsenlicker calls me, and it's back to the devil's ringtone that makes me want to assault things. It makes me want to punch babies in the face and kick puppies and put little bitty kittens in a shredder. Could you imagine the fur? Assault thing. Okay, well, enough about kitties and shredders. Now, what was I oh, me and Shannon on the road. Okay, we were riding down the road. We were in all sorts of traffic. Just all sorts. We were riding. Okay, there was cars on the left and right in front of us, back of us. We couldn't move. I was praying actually, because I didn't want to die, because you know old people can't drive. We were going down the road and I was like, dear Lord, please help us get through this alive and speedily. And then the heavens opened, a small circle about that big, and Jesus himself, well, I'm not sure if it was Jesus, the real Jesus, but he descended from the sky and landed on the hood of the car. He was really only about that big. He looked like a pocket Jesus. I have one of them, a pocket Jesus. They're wonderful at parties. Anyway, and he said, yes, my son, I heard you calling. What can I help you with? And I was like, oh, good Lord, you're the Son of God. Holy crap. And he was like, you're going to hell for that. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. He was like, just kidding. And then he gave me dap. And then he said, what can I help you with? And I said, well, I know it's a lot to ask, but is there any way we could get through this traffic? Me and Shannon have somewhere to go. And he said, well, yes, I can help you with that. And speaking of pocket Jesuses, this particular Jesus reached in his pocket, and he pulled out what appeared to be a mini pocket Moses. About that big. He had some big arms. He's a strong little buddy. He set little pocket Moses down on the ground, and little pocket Moses mumbled something in whatever language they spake back then. And he goes, and he does his arms like this, like in the movies, and he just does like this. The traffic tears itself apart. Cars are ripping themselves in half. People are screaming and cussing, and Jesus is like, you're going to hell, buddy. And then, by the way, Jesus is not black. I can't tell you what it was. He said not to, but he did Spakey Bonics. And then he let me go. He put Pocket Moses back in his pocket, and he said, if you ever need me, just tap on your pocket and I'll be there. And then Jesus ascended back into the sky, and he let me go. We turned the corner, and I realized I had peed myself, which meant I got to drink a whole nother 24-hour cup. But I didn't, because I forgot to, because I had just met the Son of God. Well, that was just this weekend's adventures. I have many more adventures to tell you about with Pocket Jesus and Pocket Moses. However, I have been awake for an excess of 15 or 20 minutes. I think it's time for a nap. So, I will see you another day. Thank you for watching. Yes, and next time I'll try to get my friends Ethel Buns and Liquor and Eamon on Humperdinck over here, and we'll just have a big old time. We love watching the Golden Girls and dancing to these new age music that our nephews and nieces love. And I know as children we've been alone for in excess of 92 years.